Hi, I'm Carmen,
Steven.
and we want to talk about ethics and how that pertains to ENFPs and INFJs and how we see similarly in that regard. So Steven, I've talked about this on one of the YouTube videos before, but about the video where the guy was taking a video of the policeman taking down it looked like a drug hoarder house or whatever, and then he put his dog in his car, and the policemen were arresting him, and his dog got out. And what happened?
Are you talking about the shooting of the dog?
Yes.
There's multiple things wrong with that. One thing is him pulling a gun out and shooting the dog
in the face twice.
It's not big on that. He shot it around the public. Yeah. It wasn't open. Easily ricochet could end up ricocheting off the car or something like that and killing someone.
And there's many other ways he could have done it.
The other thing I'm looking at based on that is he shot the dog. It all happened fast. I understand that. The problem is it kind of scares me if I'm around a certain officer like that, is because you have many people here, it's the flight and fight response, and his first instinct was to shoot and ask questions later.
Yeah.
And what scares me about that is the dog lunged at him, but it actually pulled back before he fired. He could easily grab a stun gun. And it makes me kind of scared to the point of, based on that response, if he goes to a similar situation where, say, a human being's lunging at him, it might end up resulting in the same action, meaning that he might not go for the stun gun. He'll go for his gun and ask questions later. You don't know how you're going to react in certain occasions, so you can't really judge him based on this one, even though it was a pretty horrible thing. I would say even the people in the crowd were kind of screaming, "Why?" to a point they were just kind of out of belief that the officer shot the dog right in front of the public.
Did you cry when you watched it?
It kind of made me mad because I understood what the dog was doing, protect its master for being arrested.
But did you get emotional, crying? Because didn't you say that?
No, I got very, very upset that it couldn't, that the officer didn't think it could be handled in a different way.
I'm saying because didn't you have a Rottweiler?
I had a Rottweiler that nursed kittens. They're not mean dogs. They're I would say they're protective. I've had one. I'm saying it nursed kittens. It took care of chickens. People put them down as vicious animals, but honestly, it's like you have an animal that nurses kittens.
Yeah, and it's all about the master.
And it lets children ride on its back. It's nature versus nurture type of thing. It's one thing, you have the nature, but the second thing is how they've been treated. The one I had, both the mother and the father of this one were vicious. They were highly vicious. What my father told me, they wouldn't hesitate to attack you. But she was so nice, polite, and a caring dog. She wouldn't hurt a fly. But if it came down to her being attacked or someone that she knew or loved, say me or my dad or my sisters being attacked or or feeling that they've been threatened, I would understand. I could see her maybe doing something about it. It's the same thing as if you feel like your children are being threatened or someone you love is being threatened as a human being, what would you do?
Yeah. So other than that, what times do you feel like you have an intuitive feeling about somebody? You just see somebody and you have this feeling like they're a horrible person or they're a good person, or what? Just a feeling about people.
I don't really know how to sometimes describe. I've had those where automatically I get a weird vibe, that I shouldn't directly trust this person. I don't know why. I just do. So I'm a lot more. You know me. I kind of say stuff without thinking, very outgoing. But whenever I have that feeling, I kind of am a little more withdrawn from sharing certain things. But when I feel like the person is not really a bad person, a good person, sometimes I can feel it right off the bat that they're a good person. And sometimes I don't. I'm a lot more cautious. Sometimes it's I guess a false red flag. I've had some where they are false red flags, and some are straight on red flags.
So you're saying that your intuition's not as strong as some ENFPs probably? Well, probably because you grew up with a family that I think are mostly STs. Some of them are SJs. I mean, your Nana's definitely an SJ.
You know more about this. I'm just telling you as what I think and how I feel and how I see stuff. Honestly, you know a lot more about this than I do, so you can just do your judgment based on my responses.
But yeah, like your sisters are definitely SPs. They don't like rules, but they're also very like literal. Like they take things literally a lot.
Yeah, I can't deal with my sisters.
Yeah.
I can deal with my little sister. My other sister, I love her to death, but sometimes I think if we stay posted in a room together for like 24 hours, one of us...
Your middle sister?
Yeah. I think only one of us would come out of the room alive. Sometimes.
Yeah, he has 2 little sisters.
Love them all to death.
Yeah. We don't get along that well.
It's kind of like... It's siblings anyway. Like, you really expect to get along with your siblings all the time.
Talk about when you met Bradley and what happened.
What, Riley? I
was
like, oh, Riley hugged. She's like, why are you hugging me?
No, you both wanted to be at the center of attention. And so, like, Bradley was getting mad because she's an ESFP, so she's like, my spotlight, you know.
And I'm like, pull the spotlight over, over here. Hi.
And I'm just sitting there watching in amusement because I'm the audience, obviously. And they're just like, no, look at me, no, look at me. And Bradley's getting mad at him.
What is that? You ever watched Roger Rabbit? Where you had Daffy Duck and was it Donald Duck, and they're trying to get everyone's attention on their both sides they're playing. And then
Daffy Duck and Donald Duck?
Was it Daffy Duck?
Daffy Duck and...
The black duck and the white duck.
I don't know.
But they were basically fighting over the audience, trying to get the audience attention to the point where they blow each other up with cannons.
That would be Bradley and him, seriously.
Yeah.
And then Bradley would be... Like, the thing is that Bradley got so annoyed with them, and then you know what Steven does? What do you do?
What?
You just hug her.
I was like, I'm sorry.
She's like, hug her. And she's just like, no, do it again. Hug me. Mm. That's what she did. She just like, mm.
It makes everything better.
Hugs make everything better. Yeah, I hate it when people like say that they don't want to hug. I don't take it personally, usually with the NTs, but like for instance, if Keen said he didn't want to hug, I'd be like, okay. But some people, I'm just like, you're getting a hug. You're getting one. Right?
Yeah.
Well, guys are different, I guess. I mean, your families aren't really that big of huggers.
We're huggers.
Well, not that as much as my family.
But we hug. No, we're huggers. You just don't see it. We hug each other. We don't hug anyone else. You haven't
Secret huggers.
You haven't earned the hug yet.
Oh no! I haven't earned the hug. I feel so hurt. But yeah, like my family are definitely. It's
kind of like your dad. I went to go hug your dad, and he's like, handshake.
You're just joking with
automatic hit. No, he will not. I was like, I can hug your mom, your sister, you. He's like, handshake. You haven't earned that hug yet. You haven't earned that hug. No, sir. It'll probably be me too. I'm like, I'm going to him. So, man, it's like, you hurt her, I'll take you down.
No, but when Dad offered to invited you to go to Thanksgiving, I was like, you better go to Thanksgiving.
I didn't look at.
You better go to Thanksgiving.
I looked over at her and was like, is that important? He invited to Thanksgiving because I think the first one she's like, yeah, he doesn't invite anyone to Thanksgiving. He's like, that's a big deal. I'm like, crap, now I have to go.
Crap. Huh.
No, the bad part
My
is
grandma makes some good food.
No, she does. I was like, the bad part, the old crap was. Now I have to explain to my grandmother why I'm going to miss their Thanksgiving.
Yeah, oh goodness. The battle of the grandmothers. But we've been together 2 years? Mm-hmm. 2 years, but we know each other for 3 years.
Is it? I think it's over 2 years now.
Over 2 years.
Yeah.
That we've been together.
Yeah, because it was like middle of football season. That's all I can tell you.
It was the middle of football season. He's obsessed with football.
Yeah.
An ENFP that's actually good at football and sports.
Used to be, and now I'm fat.
No, but you're so cute.
I look skinny. Everyone's like, saw my high school pictures. Like, yeah, I worked out 3 times a day. Optional workouts. Wait, you can't see here. It's like optional.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were both a lot fit.
Let me see how it was.
Better.
Optional morning workouts. Then you went to class. Then you had to have optional gym class. Football practice. And if you did bad at game, they might have like optional workout, which was mainly, oh, you missed all these tackles. We're gonna work on your biceps.
Yeah, like I did swimming and dance, and at one point I was on 2 swim teams and a dance team, and also an orchestra. So I was a busy person. But yeah, we didn't go to high school together. But we met in college. But I have the feeling we've talked about this before. We both are obsessed with Boy Meets World, and have this feeling that if we were actually grew up together, we'd be like Corey and Topanga. Do you think that?
Sure.
Sure. Sure.
Come on, Topanga!
Come on, Topanga!
I was like, people were like, I didn't like that show. I was like, how do you not like that show?
I know! I
was like, that's on my top list. I was like, I think I can teach my children what's up when I show them Boy Meets World, along with How I Met Your Mother. That was the 2 big ones. How You Met Your Mother is like, what not to do.
Yeah. Kids, this is How I Met Your Mother.
It was like, and I'm going to give you a string of reasons not to meet the wrong one.
Yeah.
It's like, might set my red boots on fire.
Not the red boots! Nah! Anyway, so, what's your favorite book? I know this one, but I want you to say it.
I guess the only one I've read or got into is The Perfect Storm.
Why do you like that book?
Because it's more realistic.
I need more information on this. I need a detailed explanation.
Do you really want to know the detail?
Yes, I do.
It was the only book that was near the toilet. I started reading it and I was like, I like it, so it came my honorary.
Why do you like it though?
It was like I can imagine me being the actual people. Like, it's realistic, so I can kind of imagine, like, being in, up in the north, being fishing or whatever, and seeing what's kind of like imagining what's going on. And I don't know, just the terms they put in here, it was very easy to read. Being dyslexic, it was very smooth to me. I can read some textbooks, but it's just like...
He likes the technical stuff. Tell him what kind of movies and TV shows like.
Star Trek.
So you like Star Trek?
I like certain Star Treks. And we're not going to detail because we're going to start Star Trek War. I don't want to start Star Trek War.
And you like Star Wars?
I like Star Wars, which I think some crazy people say they're the same. They're not.
I just don't like that.
If you want to start a giant, even bigger war, say that they're the same.
I'm not into that kind of sci-fi. I like maybe like John Carter. I like Lord of the Rings. I like Avatar.
I can go with Avatar.
Avatar is so good.
Avatar was basically, I'm gonna be honest, the story was based on if you took, basically our world became, you'd say it as Europe, and avatars were actually. Or not avatars, but the indigenous people were actually Native Americans, and probably also South Americans.
It's pretty much anything about other people conquering other people, and what that is about, and why it's wrong.
And it's always about the same thing. It's about some resource that is so great, like South America, it was gold, and then even North America, that's what they came here thinking it was South America, and trying to get gold.
Oh yeah, I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies because, one, I'm an environmental science major, and 2, it's just, I mean, who would want to live in Avatar? I mean, think about it.
You basically, I like
Pandora. Wouldn't you want to live in Pandora? Would you not want to be an avatar? I mean, come on.
It's pretty scary at the same time that you look at it.
I mean, the tree of life.
It's a network. It's a natural-born network of memories and everything. So technically, if you think about it, it is like an internal heaven that even if you die, you're gonna be your memories are gonna be part of it. So you're never actually gonna die, because you're always gonna be.
I love that though.
You're never actually gonna die because you're gonna be one with
the tree.
You're gonna be one with the tree. No, the tree's intertwined.
Well,
so
all the trees.
You're gonna be actually one with the world.
That's awesome.
So that when you die, you're still gonna learn and know more. You're still. It's kind of like you're still the same entity, but you're living within a network.
But they did prove scientifically that trees do have like a network of kind of communication, kind of. I'm gonna do it later. Anyway, so but yeah, so Pandora. What else am I talking about?
I don't know. What do you want to go with? I'm freestyling here. How often have you known me to be very structured? Really?
Hardly ever. Except for you're particular about certain things.
I am particular about certain things. I don't remember right now, but...
Pants. You don't like jeans.
Oh, I hate jeans.
He doesn't wear jeans.
I never wear jeans.
He doesn't wear jeans.
I never wear jeans.
It's sweatpants or khakis.
Sweatpants, khakis, or shorts. Shorts.
Gym shorts.
Mainly gym shorts.
Yeah.
Because the khaki, I guess the hogan shorts, I'll wear those, but sometimes they are not very... They don't have a lot of airflow.
So I have this thing about, Victorian era and 1920s. What's your favorite eras? Top 2 eras. Or 3 if you have to.
1988. I was born. Why wouldn't that be my top era? Right there, the 80s.
I was born, so it was my favorite.
Boom, the 80s. I don't know. I think it'd be probably, even though it's 1940s, I think it's 1940. I'm going to go with that one being, even though it was a wartime,
yeah,
it seemed like the United States believed in itself more. Then you go to like the 1970s, where it seems like we had everyone against it. We had to separate, instead of being political, it ended up being something more where you had people who would fight and be loyal to their nation.
Actually, like 1960s.
Like, I had an uncle who told me this. He said that he worked in the Pentagon, and he said that people would spit, that you get spit on and different things just walking into the Pentagon, and it seemed like even though sometimes it's like you don't want to go to war or whatever, it seemed like they were standing there not wanting to, they're mad about this, but he said what would happen if a bomb went off right in the middle of them, they'd automatically have a switch of mind. The people that they're spitting on would automatically have to come and protect them. And it's pretty bad when you're trying to protect people who don't even give a crap and want to treat you like dirt. And it's the same thing as people didn't want to go into the draft. It seemed like there was more people going to the draft during the 40s than it was the 70s. My grandfather, him, in western North Carolina, I think they had 2 bus loads. He said only 2 volunteers, him and one other man. And when they got there, I'm going to give you this. Guess how many actually went into the military?
How many?
2. The 2 that volunteered. There were a whole bus. They all made themselves as sick as they could possibly be, so they wouldn't be able to be drafted. And it was... You
realize you didn't answer my question. You went on a tangent.
Oh, sorry. But I'm going to say my 40s is my time, because it seemed like a lot of people were joining. They had pride in their country. They had a lot more pride about who they were, instead of being, well, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to play.
Okay. Let's stop here. So things we have that are not in common. We were talking about kitchens randomly one time.
Oh, you cannot.
Okay, I wanted a 1950s kitchen.
Okay, there's something different in 1950. You wanted all black countertops, cabinets. I'm looking at you like.
But it's pretty.
No, it's not pretty. You have to have a contrast.
It matches. You have to have the matches.
My grandmother,
like
my
black
grandmother
on
was
black
interior
and white
designer.
on white.
My mom was
or
interior
black
designer.
and white.
I got around them. Even your dad admitted to it. He's like,
but
no.
my grandmama agrees with me.
We're not going there. I was like, you got 1. I got like 7 to 10.
But the point I'm saying is
even,
that I wanted
even the cabinet designer at the place looked at me and said, "You're right. She's wrong." That's what's funny.
And yet the other lady was like, "You listen to her."
Yeah, listen to her. I mean, I'll listen to you when I don't have to go in there and eat and fix something.
But you said you wanted an Italian kitchen, and I said I wanted a 1950s kitchen with the black and white tile. Just like, no.
I know. I'm looking at. I'm calculating the cost in my head of all that old stuff.
I can't help it. I like old things.
We'll work with a record player and go from there.
Oh my gosh, record players! We totally looked at some record players today at Urban Outfitters. Anyway, so movies that I like are like, we did that. Other shows. Oh yeah, other shows that we like. Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory. And what is another show we both like? Well, we're gonna watch Sherlock Holmes, and he says that it's supposed to be good.
Yep. I'm not gonna state how good it is, but I think that she might like analyzing his personality.
Maybe. I'm kind of obsessed.
Yeah, she does that. She automatically goes and is like, I wonder what personality is. Push buttons. It's like you're doing an experiment with everyone you meet. You're like, button push. It's like the little thing. It's like the little, what was it called? It was made in Greece. Or no, yeah, during Greek times. Where they had the
counting thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're doing here, you're like doing calculations.
That is true. Like, I would like sit there and analyze people and be like, okay, you're not this, you're not this, you might be this. But I learned not to self-type as much as anymore. I try not to do it as much. Like, I can kind of get a... I don't lie.
She never lies. You never lie.
You. I love you. Anyway, so I think that's all we're going to talk about today. And you finally get to meet Steven. And I hope everybody, if you have any comments or want us to do another video, maybe he can come down and do another one. And
I don't know that. We got this next weekend, and then I'm gonna be in California for a month.
Oh. Anyway, well, just make comments and subscribe if you love this channel, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Later.